two 20-year-olds, along with Christian Zurita of Ecuador, who's planning to come in at 120.
Calderon has moved up. Two athletes, Marcos Rojas, Peru, third attempt.
So the final time that we're going to see Marcos Rojas, and he's perhaps quite sensibly going in at 116, just trying to get a couple of extra kilos, but not risking hurting himself ahead of the clean and jerk, where his plan is to come in at 140 at the moment. But here we go, Marcos Rojas of Peru, the very last. A month ago in his hometown, they were celebrating the Fiesta de San Juan. The party, if he lifts this, that's for sure. Oh, he's fighting, and he is winning and succeeding and lifting. Marcos Rojas, well, he's done his job very impressively indeed. Yes, he's lifting quite a lot less than other competitors, but all you can ask of an athlete when they come into their home games and get the opportunity to compete is they deliver their very best, and he has gone 9 kilos better than his personal best in the snatch. And he controlled that forwards movement nicely. Given it everything, hasn't he?
The bar is ready. Calderon, Cuba.
Just a reminder, clarification if you're just switching on, we still have not seen John Cerna, Garcia Brito, Antonio Vasquez Mendez, Francisco Mosquera and Christian Zurita. Still got some of those really big lifters to come, and there is Zurita, who's planning to come in at 120.
Representing Mexico, Antonio Vasquez.
It's very composed, does Zurita. Coming in 10 kilos below his personal best in the snatch.
Mexico, 120 kilos.
To roar from the coach, here is Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico. He's coming in at 120 kilograms. That is his personal best in the snatch. Set that last year at the Pan American Championships. Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico is there. In pretty good order too. Someone who has a degree in sports science at the Autonomous University of Nuevo León.
Voluntarios, por favor, cargar 120 kilogramos en la barra para el segundo intento de Arly Calderón.
Bars ready. Arly Calderon, Cuba, second attempt, 120 kilos.
Lista para Calderón, 120 kilogramos, representante de Cuba.
Antonio Vasquez Mendez, nice and secure with 120. He's looking now at 123. His next lift. Now to Arly Calderon, going for 120. This would be a personal best for him with the snatch. Very low down, but he's pulled it back very nicely indeed. So Arly Calderon with 120.
No lift, Calderon, no lift.
No, it has not been given. No lift for Calderon. We'll look back at in just a moment. Not judged to be legitimate by the jury watching on. I have to go again. Ali Calderon.
Garcia, Dominican Republic, next.
Come back to him in just a moment because it looks as though the next to go was due to be Luis Garcia Brito from the Dominican Republic. He has made a decision to go to 121 with his first. Was initially down to attempt a 120, so just sit and wait for the time being. Looks complicated, but they're just taking the lunch orders, don't worry.
Calderon, Cuba, third attempt.
Now to Ali Calderon of Cuba. 120 kilograms. He goes once more, having not had a successful lift previous occasion. He's once again going for a personal best in the snatch, the 20-year-old. Can the athlete who won the Pan American Youth Championships last month make this one count? He can't. He was again very low, even lower perhaps than first time. And so he'll have to settle for 115, the Cuban. Still a young athlete. He's got time to increase those weights. That concludes the campaign of Ali Calderon in the snatch. 115 registered.
This will be the first attempt of Luis Garcia, Dominican Republic. Bars ready, Garcia. Serna, Colombia, be ready.
Representing the Dominican Republic, Luis Garcia Brito. Now, he initially had a 120 start down. He's going for 121, and that's 2 kilograms below his personal best. Just won a silver medal recently at the Pan American Championships in Guatemala. That is where he hit that 123 in the snatch. Easily a personal best for him. Can he go further this time at the Pan American Games? Luis Garcia Brito. Oh, didn't look comfortable.
No lift, Garcia.
Well, that really does now give an athlete something to contemplate when the first one really does not go at all right. Be a test of the 24-year-old now to see how that unsettles him or doesn't unsettle him, but as he knew straight away it wasn't right.
Serna, Colombia, next.
Bronze medalist at the Pan American Games 2015 in Toronto. Have already seen Antonio Vasquez Mendez delivered a 120 lift. We are yet to see John Serna of Colombia. We're yet to see Francisco Mosquera, also of Colombia. And we're yet to see Christian Zurita of Ecuador. That's very interesting. He's just keeping a slightly low profile at the moment, the 20-year-old who's really started to improve his displays of late. Functioning below the radar at the moment. Interesting, isn't it, to look at how different athletes react to different situations. He was very much locked away in his own world whilst the coaches were talking to him. Sense that Brito Just wanted a little of his own time. So Luis Garcia Brito going for 1-2-1 for the second time. A little time to rethink it. Is it time well spent? A glance sideways. A little pause for thought. And a better lift. A significantly better lift.
Good lift, Garcia.
Luis Garcia Brito comes back out straight away, puts behind in the disappointment of the failed attempt at 121 and delivers a splendid textbook lift to get himself on the board. What a great recovery that was for the 24-year-old. Such an interesting background in the sport. He actually, believe it or not, started life as a gymnast, went into diving, and then found weightlifting. It's been a fascinating sporting transition for Luis Garcia Brito.
123 kilos requested by John Serna, Colombia, first attempt.
Now then, here comes John Serna.
Vasquez, Mexico, next.
Vázquez de México, estar prevenido.
John Serna of Colombia attempting 123 kilograms. This his first of 3 lifts. He has posted 127 in the snatch. We haven't seen him much lately, and we barely saw him there because that was simple and beautifully executed. Weightlifter who has the second best total personal best of anyone in this competition with 292 kilograms. It's his teammate Mosquera who's better in terms of total numbers. Serna. This was very nicely done indeed.
Ready, Vasquez. Zurita, next.
Zurita de Ecuador, el siguiente.
Second lift for Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico, 123 kilograms he will attempt. Up the sport at the age of 12 in Guadalajara, the host nation of the 2011 Pan American Games. Got a big fight on to make that one work, and if he has done, and there's a long wait, too long a wait. Antonio Vasquez Mendez with no success, it looks like. Just awaiting confirmation.
No lift.
There is the confirmation that only one of the 3 consider that to be a good lift, and he really did have to hold that for some time. The issue is the weightlifter cannot have movement of the body. There's perhaps a little too much oscillation going on in that lift. Look from the front position. The arms maybe just going a touch too much. For us to speculate why the judges felt it. Not the case, but majority decision. We're not happy. Either is Antonio Vasquez Mendez come back out again, have another go at 123. Still, we have not seen Mosquera. Still, we have not seen Zurita. We'll see him again soon, that's for sure. Antonio Vasquez Mendez. You'll have one more go. 123 kilograms. They are touch nervous side.
After a discussion at the jury table, the decision has been reversed. That was a good lift.
Well, this is interesting.
Vasquez, 123 kilos.
Just hearing that Antonio Vasquez Mendez's second lift has actually been overturned by the jury. They've reversed their initial decision. So what was not a good lift was a good lift. 123 kilos, that's been given. Certainly looks, the Mexican coaching staff, as though they were a touch unhappy about the decision. Turns out the judges were unhappy about it too, because they've changed their tune.
Please, 125 kilos.
So we move to 125 kilograms now. Just for clarification, we started at 105. That was with Julio Salamanca. He is right down in last position at the moment.
For Francisco Mosquera, Colombia, first attempt.
It's as though the call is being made for Francisco Mosquera. He will be coming up soon, Christian Zurita.
We have a change of lifting order.
In fact, he's going to come up sooner than he might have expected, because Mosquera is passing and going to 128. So Zurita out to attempt 125. First opportunity we've had to see this young weightlifter, Christian Zurita of Ecuador. 125 kilos he's attempting in the snatch. 130 is his personal best. That he set at the South American Games in 2018. He's hit it twice more since then, so he's on the verge of going beyond that personal best. Perhaps why he's starting at 125, and he is starting fabulously at 125. That was a fluid and elegant lift from Christian Zurita.
Loaders, please.
Very nice indeed from this young athlete. He lifted it in a way that was entirely commensurate with his facial expression coming up to the start of his competition, because he looked the picture of composure and made light work of that 125 kilogram object. Nice lift indeed. Turn to action for Luis Garcia Brito. Had success on the second attempt at 121 kilos. He now goes for 125 kilograms. This would be a personal best in the snatch for him. No. Well, more in the manner of his first lift, that one. So how much blow will that be, getting that 125, because it could have put him in and around in contention. He needs a lot now in the clean and jerk as a result. He only has a 158 kilogram personal best in the clean and jerk, compared to other competitors being around the 170 odd mark. Could be a pretty tough challenge right now for Garcia Brito to pose himself upon the medals. Taking to the field of play, Antonio Vasquez Mendez from Mexico. 125. Certainly can do this. No, he was very low in the first phase. As a result, that is a score of 123 kilograms for Antonio Vasquez Mendez in the snatch, currently ranked in 3rd place.
This is being requested by John Serna, Colombia, 2nd attempt.
Será el segundo intento para John Serna de Colombia.
It's really too far down in the squat position to actually have any reasonable chance of making that work.
Bar is ready. Serna, Colombia, to be followed by Mosquera.
John Serna of Colombia currently is 2nd in terms of the best lift we've had so far, which is 123. He's going now for 127 kilograms. This would equal a personal best, and he looks pretty comfortable about that. Very much so from John Serna.
Voters, please.
Saw so little of him from 2014 through to 2018. John Serna has put himself really into contention now. That 125 kilogram lift.
El siguiente atleta representa a Colombia en su primer intento, Francisco Mosquera.
Bar is ready. Mosquera, to be followed by Zurita.
La barra está lista para Mosquera. Estar atento, Zurita.
It's our first chance to see Francisco Mosquera. He is the only weightlifter who has yet to attempt. You know what? I think he's ready. I think this could well be worth the wait. He has lifted 140 in the snatch, Mosquera, but here, 128, the silver medalist at the last Pan American Games. Not a flinch, not a problem. Very good indeed. He hasn't had the strongest of years in terms of his total scores. 280 the best that he's posted this year. Other than that, a 261 kilogram total score compared to a 315 kilo personal best. So if he really starts to fire, then Mosquera wins this. It's that simple.
Moved up, 129 kilos loaders.
Voluntarios, por favor, cargar 129 kilogramos en la
Only
barra.
got 3 competitors left in the snatch competition at the moment. We've got Serna, Mosquera and Zurita. Serna's got 1 left. Mosquera and Zurita each have 2 left. There's already a touch of daylight potentially developing on what looks like it could be a pretty comfortable top 3 going into the clean and jerk.
Second attempt representing Ecuador, Christian Zurita.
Outside of the 3 remaining, outside of Serna, Mosquera and Zurita, 123 is the top that we've seen. That's from Antonio Vasquez Mendez. And we now have an attempt at 130 from Christian Zurita. Christian Zurita attempting 130 kilograms. This would equal his personal best set at last year's South American Games. He will have another attempt at it.
No lift, Zurita.
Such a fast learner in the sport, Zurita. Took it up 10 years ago. He was already working at junior national championship level within a year. Incredibly rapid ascent that he's had. Really now just starting to threaten that breakthrough at senior level.
representante de Colombia, John Serna.
Zurita, Ecuador, next.
Zurita de Ecuador, estar listo.
Final lift in the snatch for John Serna. He's going for 130 kilograms. This would be for him best he's achieved in the snatch. It's not going to be. So this really has now opened up an opportunity for Francisco Mosquera to take full control. So he's the only competitor left in the competition now at the snatch. Second place currently for Serna.
This is his third attempt, 130 kilos, representing Ecuador, Zurita.
Este es el tercer y último intento para el representante de Ecuador, Cristian Zurita.
Mosquera, Colombia, next at a heavier weight.
Mosquera de Colombia, el siguiente en salir.
So we have Christian Zurita's final lift to come. Going for 130 for the second occasion. He gets this, if he gets it, he really is in contention in terms of a battle for gold and silver. Currently third place, Zurita. He's going to have to settle for that going into the clean and jerk.
No lift, Zurita.
Levantamiento nulo para Zurita.
At the moment, it is Mosquera 1, Serna 2, Zurita 3, Vasquez Mendez 4, Garcia Brito 5, Rojas 6, Calderon 7, Salamanca 8. We still have Mosquera with 2 lifts to go, so he has got a massive chance. Could really open up an enormous margin going into the clean and jerk. Mosquera, 128 kilograms he succeeded on in the first lift. It's a kilo better than Serna managed. It's his time, it's his turn, and he's got 2 of them.
Mosquera, second attempt.
Segundo intento de Francisco Mosquera.
Francisco Mosquera of Colombia. He is attempting 132 kilograms. This would be a massive lead if he can achieve it. Looks as though he's not quite going to get there, and he doesn't. Well, if Mosquera does not get there with this third and final lift, then suddenly we've got a much closer competition than expected going into the clean and jerk. Have another look. He was just leaning back a touch. Go any further, that attempt.
The clock begins. Mosquera, the final attempt in the snatch.
Será el tercer y último intento de Francisco Mosquera.
It's just him now. Get a couple of minutes to compose himself and have another think at what is to come. If you're just joining the competition, we are approaching the halfway mark. We are 1 lift away from the halfway mark of the men's 61 kilogram weight class. The first day of weightlifting at Lima 2019, a sport that has been part of every single Pan American Games. The inaugural Games of Buenos Aires in 1951. Francisco Mosquera of Colombia to attempt for the second time 132 kilograms. He leads the way anyway. He'll either carry a 1 kilogram lead into the second phase of the competition, or he'll carry a 5 kilogram lead. And it looks as though he is going to carry a 5-kilogram lead into the clean and jerk phase. What a big lift that could well turn out to be from Francisco Mosquera. Having failed at 132 with his second attempt, he gets there in the third. And it gives him a cushion, one that could be most useful indeed. How key this lift could turn out to be when the assessment is made for the podium positions. Given himself control of it. He knows it as well. It's the reaction. An athlete who is fully aware of how big that could turn out to be. Has got great form in the clean and jerk as well. Antonio Rojas, the only competitor, positioned in 6th to actually lift cleanly all 3 of his snatch attempts. Tough campaign for Julio Salamanca at the bottom of the order. Started on 105, couldn't get 110 on 2 occasions. A lot for John Cerner to contemplate. He's currently positioned 2nd in the leaderboard. Is a Colombia 1 and 2, as is very much the way of things Pan American Games weightlifting. Got 5 kilos to make up over Mosquera as we move into the clean and jerk.
So far, we've had lots of memorable action across the Pan American Games, Lima 2019. Let's look back at some of those moments.
Hemos tenido muchos momentos memorables en estos Juegos Panamericanos Lima 2019.
Gentleman who's put himself in full control with that lift of 132 kilos. Francisco Mosquera is intending to start on 160 in the clean and jerk. So these the results of the first half of the competition, with Colombia a 1 and 2 with Mosquera and Cerner, Zurita in 3rd position. Vasquez Mendez is certainly within touching distance. The daylight, the gap is really between 5th and 6th. Garcia Brito down to Rojas, 5 kilos. Never know, let's see what these competitors can do as they head into the clean and jerk phase of the competition to determine the 61-kilogram gold medal men's weightlifting at Lima 2019. We have just a brief break in proceedings now before the clean and jerk phase of the competition begins. So the start list for the clean and jerk phase of the men's at 61-kilogram weight class in weightlifting at Lima 2019. Those are the weights that we expect the competitors to attempt, but it can go any which way but twice, as I'm sure you know from having watched the first part of the competition. We had lots of late changes, but the gentleman to keep your eye on is Francisco Mosquera of Colombia. He'll be attempting. He succeeded on 105 and then had some difficulties with 110 on 2 occasions. So attempting 135 kilograms, Julio Salamanca of El Salvador. Now, he has a personal best of 155 in the clean and jerk. This ought to be routine for him, but he was 130 at the Pan American Championships earlier this year. Well, that is good work indeed. It's a nice start, and it's good to see Julio Salamanca having something to smile about in this competition after looking a touch dejected in the snatch phase. So that is better indeed. As I mentioned in the first half of the competition, consistency has been the issue for Julio Salamanca. He was very clean moving from the lunge position into the lift. Now making decisions by committee on next weight he's going to attempt. Just advice from the technical officials as to how to get that paperwork filled in. That's one thing that unites sports across the world, is coaches never do their paperwork on time. Well, very positive for Julio Salamanca. He's just turned 30. He's seeking to get back to that stronger form that he has been in earlier on in his career. 3 times a silver medalist at Pan American Championships. First time, 2008. Contemplation for John Cena of Colombia, the second strongest performer in the snatch. It's as though we'll see Julio Salamanca again. He's going to attempt 137. Compete at Rio 2016. FDL pat on the back as he moves his way out towards the podium for the second time. Julio Salamanca representing El Salvador, second lift, going for 137 kilograms. He looks as though he's starting to believe. And with just cause, because that's a really nice lift from Julio Salamanca. 137. And he's just looking significantly better than he did in the snatch phase, first half. It's 61 kilogram weight class. The look in the eyes perhaps tells you more than anything else, because he didn't look like that, attempting 110 on 2 occasions in the snatch. Salamanca is contemplating, we are told, a 140, which means we might well see Marcos Rojas come up next unless he makes a change. Looks as though Rojas is making a change. He's going to go to 145. So we're due, as things stand, to have 3 come in at 145. Calderon, Rojas and Zurita. Means that Salamanca is going to conclude his competition before the rest have started. Be going for 140 kilograms. Games record in the clean and jerk is 169, set by the gentleman who leads the way, Francisco Mosquera. So comes the athlete from El Salvador. They have a delegation or team of 56 athletes, El Salvador, competing in Lima. This will be the last action for Julio Salamanca, going for 140 kilograms. As though that one has been timed out, Julio Salamanca. So he will finish at 137. Salamanca on 137 kilograms. So he currently leads the weight.
Cuba, 145 kilos, first attempt. He's moved up. Still 145 kilos for Marcos Rojas, Peru, first attempt.
Voluntarios, por favor, volver a la arena y cargar 145 kilogramos en la barra para el representante de Perú, Marcos Rojas.
Warm reception for Marcos Rojas of Peru, the home athlete. He achieved a personal best of 116 kilograms in the snatch. He's going here for 145 in the clean and jerk. This would also be a personal best, should he achieve it. The way he's been lifting today, bet against it. First phase is completed. Set himself now to complete this lift and to complete it very well indeed. Marcos Rojas with 145 kilograms, and that for him is a personal best delivery on the clean and jerk. He's already gone beyond his best ever total of 245 kilograms, so job well done indeed.
Bars ready, Zurita.
Currently in the lead is Marcos Rojas of Peru. 261 kilogram total for Rojas. That is 16 beyond anything he's achieved so far in his career. Most impressive.
New weight loaded on the bar. Zurita, 147 kilos.
So we see Christian Zurita.
Calderon, Cuba, next.
Zurita attempting 147. 151 is his best in the clean and jerk. This would take him to 272. Take him into the lead. Christian Zurita of Ecuador. And this is looking pretty tidy. Indeed it is. 272 for Christian Zurita. And he is in first place. So it is currently Zurita, Rojas and Salamanca. 1, 2, 3. But we still have got several competitors yet to enter the competition.
Zurita, next.
Zurita está preparado.
Hay que hacer un buen clean, abrir la cadera y caer duro abajo, ¿ok? Así que vamos. Vamos a pelear esa, Ley, vamos. ¿Para cambiarte, Vani? Sí.
Loaders, more weight, please.
Coach is just saying, come on, let's get more on the bar. That's not what we want.
150 kilos for Calderon, first attempt.
Responded so, 150 kilos for Ali Calderon of Cuba. If Calderon makes this, then he will go into second position.
Garcia, Dominican Republic, next.
García de República Dominicana, el próximo es el
Ali Calderon of Cuba, attempting 150 kilograms. Take him to a total of 265, having managed 115 in the snatch. Good enough for second position overall. And he's done that very nicely indeed. Calderon goes into the silver medal position.
Levantamiento válido para Calderón.
165 for Ali Calderon, the 20-year-old who's just making that step up to senior level.
Marcos Rojas.
Bar is ready, second attempt. Rojas, Peru, to be followed by Zurita.
La barra está lista con 150 kilogramos. Segundo intento para el representante de Perú, Marcos Rojas.
To Marcos Rojas. Would move into second place if he can secure this. Going for 150 kilograms is Marcos Rojas of Peru. Where he was strong as a junior, taking a medal. World Championships in 2012, proving never to do it. Oh, he wasn't that far away at all. Very close indeed.
No lift, Rojas.
Levantamiento nulo para Rojas.
Legs weren't quite there towards the conclusion.
150 kilos once again.
Voluntarios alistar 150 kilogramos nuevamente en la barra, por favor.
This is the request of the second attempt of Christian Zurita, Ecuador, 150 kilos.
Este es el segundo intento para el
Seemed to be
representante de Ecuador,
the way to delivering this, Marcos Rojas.
He's moved up.
It's as though Rojas is going to go straight away again for his 150, his third attempt.
Peru, 150 kilos, third attempt.
150 kilogramos para Marcos Rojas de Perú.
Christian Zurita was originally down for 150. He's going for 151 by the looks of things.
He's moved up. Lowers 151 kilos now for Zurita.
Voluntarios volver a la arena y cargar 151 kilogramos en la barra para Christian Zurita.
Bars ready. Christian Zurita, Ecuador, 151 kilos, second attempt.
La barra está lista. Segundo intento. Representante de Ecuador, Christian Zurita con 151 kilogramos.
Rojas, Peru wants more. He's next.
Vamos, mijo, échale, vamos. Mucha gana.
Rojas de Perú será el
But here is the
participar.
attempt up for Christian Zurita. Rojas going for 152, so Christian Zurita going for 151 kilograms. This would equal his personal best in the clean and jerk. And he's going to get there. Christian Zurita, 151. So that puts him into the lead on 276 kilograms into the gold medal position at the moment. Christian Zurita, but still with Mosquera to come. Still with Cerna to come. Still with Vasquez Mendez to come. Still with Garcia Brito to come.
Representing Peru, Rojas, third attempt.
Final time that we shall see Marcos Antonio Rojas of Peru. weightlifter right up in the Andes, capital of the San Martin region in the very north of Peru. It's a city that exemplifies the idea of abundance, which was part of the opening ceremony last night. There was a whole section looking at the products of Peru. Well, what can he produce right here? Marcos Rojas to go for the final time, looking at 152. He'll go into second place if he can do it. Can he finish his competition on a real high? Well, he so nearly got there, Marcos Rojas, but the most significant thing is it was a personal best for Rojas in both the snatch and the clean and jerk. He came in with a best of 245 kilograms, a total 261 kilograms for Rojas in this competition. So he's made massive improvements. 16 kilograms up upon his best ever performance. And he's currently in the bronze medal position. Won't expect, of course, to stay there because there are still so many big competitors to come. It's the final activity. The man from Moyobamba.
Garcia, Dominican Republic, next.
García de República Dominicana, el próximo en salir.
The last opportunity we'll have to look at the work of Christian Zurita. For 154 even kilograms is Christian Zurita of Ecuador. Push him into the lead. He wasn't even close at all. So still maintains for the time being his first place, 276, but missing the opportunity to go to 279, Christian Zurita.
This is being requested for the first attempt of Luis Garcia, Dominican Republic.
Three of the first four competitors in this clean and jerk phase of the competition are done. Laurent still has a couple more lifts to come.
Garcia. Calderon, Cuba next.
Luis Garcia Brito to attempt 155 kilograms. Moving to second place, if he gets this, he had 121 in the snatch. 132 was the leading score set by Mosquera. Having a bit of a struggle here to set his position right. It's not the tidiest work. But it is going to be successful work, and that is what matters. Luis Garcia Brito has managed to get 155 with 276. He moves into second position.
Second attempt.
Voluntarios, por favor, 155 kilogramos, cargar en la barra para el segundo intento del representante de Cuba, Arli Calderón.
Calderon, second attempt.
It's
Calderón, segundo intento.
to readjust to make this work. Garcia Brito
García de República Dominicana, próximo en salir.
has all of his right leg strength to control that position. The Calderon of Cuba is going for 155 kilograms. This would be a personal best in the clean and jerk for him. Fourth at the Pan American Championships, just before winning the Youth Championships last month. He actually went up by a couple of kilos in the clean and jerk at the juniors. He might well do the same here. A nice beginning to the clean phase. And he's looking pretty decent, is he, in the jerk? Oh, he's going to lose this. Well, he's saying, come on, surely you've got to give me that one. Ali Calderon. Interesting, we've already had one overturned. Waiting confirmation, but he's been given that. Yes, he has been given it. It took a while to come through and to be confirmed. Ali Calderon, he did look at the judges, rather glared at the judges as if to say, come on, you're giving me that one, aren't you? It did take a while to go into the final stage. Took him some real time to set his legs.
Bar is ready. Garcia, 156 kilos.
He's been given it. 270 kilos, third position for Calderon.
We need 157 kilos loaders.
Arley Calderón ha pedido cargar la barra con 157 kilogramos voluntarios, por favor, 157 kilogramos.
157
Is still Cristian Zurita, who leads the way.
Son 157 kilogramos en el tercer intento del representante de Cuba, Arley Calderón.
The clock runs. Calderon, 157 kilos, final attempt.
Yet to see John Cena, yet to see Francisco Mosquera, we're yet to see Antonio Vasquez Mendez as well. That could be interesting. He was fourth strongest in the snatch. High up a touch in the clean and jerk if he makes good unintended weight.
160 kilos.
Voluntarios, volver a la arena y cargar 160 kilogramos en la barra, por favor.
160 kilos being requested by John Serna, Colombia. First attempt.
160 kilogramos para el representante de Colombia, John Serna, su primer intento.
He's moved up. 160 kilos still the weight. We're going to call from Mexico, Vasquez.
160 kilogramos.
Well, John Cena
Representante de México, Antonio Vázquez.
was due to come into 160. He's now made a change of plan. He's going for 163, so it looks as though Antonio Vasquez Mendez,
Colombia, first attempt.
well, I say that, they've now changed their mind. He was going 160, he's going for 163, so it's over to Luis Garcia Brito.
Luis Garcia, Dominican Republic.
Le toca a Luis García de República.
Surprised if he makes a change of plan as well, the way things are currently going.
Garcia to be followed by Calderon, Cuba.
Calderón de Cuba, próximo a salir.
Goes Luis Garcia Brito of Dominican Republic. Bronze medalist from Toronto, 2015. Luis Garcia Brito attempting 160 kilograms. This would be personal best in the clean and jerk for him. No, that was not remotely convincing from Garcia Brito. He would have gone into the lead had he managed it. Still Zurita for the time being. Still 276 for Garcia Brito. Zurita also on that, but is ahead by virtue of the countback system.
This is his third attempt. Arley Calderon, 160 kilos, Cuba.
El tercer intento para el representante de Cuba, Arley Calderón, son 160 kilogramos.
Garcia, Dominican Republic, be ready.
García, de República Dominicana, prepararse para salir.
Final attempt coming up for Edster from Cuba. Ali Calderon of Cuba attempting 160 kilograms. This would be a junior world record in the clean and jerk if he achieves this. And he might well do so. Calderon. No. Well, he's going for a junior world record.
Third attempt.
Been good by 2 kilograms.
Longest please, 160 kilos for Garcia, Dominican Republic.
So Calderon, 270 kilos for him, 3rd position. He's not going to expect to hold on to 3rd place. Still with Serna and Mosquera and Vasquez Mendez to come. But really promising from this young Cuban. He's only 20. He's just making the step up to senior competition. That far away from getting that junior world record. Luis Garcia Brito of the Dominican Republic to lift 160. Second attempt at this weight is final. And he would go into the gold medal position. It's a massive, massive lift, this, for Garcia Brito of the Dominican Republic. Now the moment, chance to put himself in medal contention. And he has put himself in medal contention. Luis Garcia Brito of the Dominican Republic goes into the gold medal position. 281 kilograms. So Zurita drops down into silver. And that is now the mark to beat, set by the 24-year-old. Just took a silver medal a matter of months ago at the Pan American Championships in Guatemala. He's managed to accomplish a personal best in the clean and jerk by a couple of kilograms too. Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico, 163 kilograms he'll be attempting. Now he can lift big in the clean and jerk. He's got 171 personal best, so this ought to be pretty comfortable for him. It's the Pan American champion from May. This looks absolutely fine. It really is from Antonio Vasquez Mendez. Well, 3 times he's had a 290 kilo plus total. He's on 286, which puts him now into the gold medal position. And that's the leading mark, Antonio Vasquez Mendez. And he's still got some way to go in his competition. 2 more lifts to come. And it looks as though Antonio Vasquez Mendez is planning 170 with his next lift, so he really now is attempting something of great significance with this second attempt.
The athlete representing Colombia, this will be his first attempt.
John Serna, atleta que representa a Colombia, será su primer intento.
It will be very interesting to see how John Serna fares this particular phase of the competition.
Serna, Colombia, 165
Second place
Mosquera to follow.
at the end of the halfway point. But he's not as strong in terms of his form, his track record with the clean and jerk. For 165, John Serna is there, equaling his personal best.
Good lift, Serna.
And most significantly, going into the gold medal position, 292 kilograms for Serna.
Mosquera, Colombia, first attempt.
So he now leads the way, and we're starting to see gaps appearing. Vasquez Mendez is now under real pressure
Mosquera
with his next lift. That's probably why he's gone to 170. He knows it's got to be something really significant to trouble Serna. see for the first time the leader at the halfway mark. Francisco Mosquera of Colombia juiced 132 kilograms in the snatch. So he will go very comfortably into the lead if he gets this one. Francisco Mosquera attempting 165 kilograms. This for 297 kilograms. This for the gold medal position. That was for the gold medal position, and he achieved it. Francisco Mosquera goes into the lead. The Colombian has the upper hand.
Loaders, another kilo, please. 166 for John Serna.
Only got 3 competitors still competing now. Francisco Mosquera goes into the gold medal position, 297 kilograms.
Ready, Serna, 166 kilos, second attempt.
La barra está lista para el competidor de Colombia, John Serna, 166 kilogramos, segundo intento.
It was a mighty lift from Mosquera, hugely impressive.
Now the second attempt of Francisco Mosquera. Mosquera, 166 kilos.
Ha habido un cambio y será el segundo intento para el competidor de Colombia, Francisco Mosquera, con 166 kilogramos.
Just having a little bit of back and forth, seeing who's coming in next. Serna looks like he's attempting 168.
Voluntarios, por favor, ha habido un cambio, 168 kilogramos en la barra para John
Yes,
Serna.
Mendez is still pretty firm on 170. Mosquera looks like he's planning 170.
Ready, Serna, 168 kilos.
So, indeed, John Serna of Colombia goes for 168.
Colombia. Vázquez, competidor por México, estar prevenido.
He is successful here. Then Serna will 295 kilograms. To hold current silver medal position. Just increase the advantage a touch, and that's what he's done. So to 295 goes Serna.
Levantamiento válido para Serna.
Silver medal position for Serna as things stand. Mosquera, his teammate, is in the lead.
Voluntarios, cargar 169 kilogramos para el tercer y último intento del representante de Colombia, John Serna.
Vasquez Mendez is next up.
Clock begins, Serna.
La barra está lista para el tercer y último intento de John
Max
Serna.
Vasquez Mendez is looking at 173. So this is all getting most interesting as a little cat and mouse develops, as you always expect at this stage of a weightlifting competition.
70 kilos.
Ha habido un cambio, cargar 170 kilogramos en la barra, por favor, voluntarios.
Serna looks like he's going to attempt 170 with his last one. Mosquera and Vasquez Mendez still have 2 lifts to go. So if you are just joining the competition for these final moments of the men's 61 kilogram competition, weightlifting at Lima 2019. A very brief glimpse of the scoreboard there, but I can tell you that leading the way it is Francisco Mosquera of Colombia. It's John Serna, also of Colombia, in second position, and it's Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico in third place. Vasquez Mendez and Mosquera both have 2 lifts to go. Serna just the 1. Here is Francisco Mosquera, and he is going for 170 kilograms. This would be a games record. Break his own record of 169. For a games record for 170 kilograms. For a lead, for a gold medal position, there it is. The games record has gone. Francisco Mosquera, 170 kilos in the clean and jerk. And he goes into the gold medal position with even more margin of error. 302 kilograms for Francisco Mosquera, and he's still got one to go.
Representing Colombia, third attempt.
What a moment for Mosquera, breaking his own record. Games record has fallen.
The first athlete to get the record must be beaten for someone else to get the record. Serna is lifting the same weight as Mosquera.
Now, John Serna going for 170 kilos. It would have been a games record had he done it a couple of minutes ago. That will just equal the games record. Be good enough for second position for Serna. If he can do this, just to hold that mark of silver, and it looks as though that's what he's going to do, and there it is. A brilliant conclusion to John Serna's competition. And he has managed a personal best by 5 kilograms in the clean and jerk, 297 for him, guaranteeing his place on the Pan American Games podium. John Serna, he's back. We haven't seen him much of late. Might see a lot more of him in the future. He's still only 24. So look back at the lift of John Serna of Colombia. Now then, what about gentleman who is at risk of forgetting in this battle between the Colombian competitors, Antonio Vasquez Mendez. 171 he's going for. This would break the record that's just been broken. Antonio Vasquez Mendez, this would equal his personal best. He's got a lot of work to do, and he's got too much work to do. Antonio Vasquez Mendez would have gone into bronze, would have set a games record in the clean and jerk. He'll have another opportunity to do it. He's still got one to go. So we have now just 2 lifts still to come. He's got himself a bronze medal anyway, Antonio Vasquez Mendez. It's just a question of whether he might try to usurp John Serna.
Once again, Antonio Vasquez. 2 minutes on the clock, as these are successive attempts. Third attempt.
Es el tercer intento para el representante de México, Antonio Vázquez.
So Antonio Vasquez Mendez
Mosquera de Colombia, prepararse.
going to have one more go. Going to have another go at the games record. Well, we're now at the stage where we know who the champion is. Francisco Mosquera. He's got it sewn up because Vasquez Mendez is only going for 171. The late change made here is Mosquera's gold. Mosquera's looking like he's attempting, from what we're being told, 175 kilos for his final lift, which would smash the games record that he's just broken by a kilo by another 5. Well, be an interesting 60 seconds or so to see if Vasquez Mendez can go and break the record and have it broken again. We've got a dramatic finish. It's not just about the medals here in the weightlifting, it's about records too. Antonio Vasquez Mendez going for 171 kilograms. This would set a games record. Sets himself. Can he do it? 25-year-old. He's low down, he's got a lot of recovery to do and decides to abort that lift and go no further. Well, it is a bronze medal for Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico. He's got himself onto a Pan American Games podium. The bronze for the Mexican. He's 3 times been the Pan American champion. And he is a Pan American Games medalist as well.
for Francisco Mosquera,
It's a very decent attempt to go for that game's record. The medal positions have been decided.
If successful,
Mosquera has won the gold. His teammate Sena has won the silver. Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico has won the bronze. We just have now a potential showpiece moment as Francisco Mosquera goes for 175 kilograms. He's going for a world record. The world record is 174 kilograms. Here goes Francisco Mosquera of Colombia with 175. Oh, he was never quite there at the start. It was a big, big attempt to go for 175. He was attempting a new world record, but he already had secured a Pan-American Games gold medal, and that's the real story of the day. Francisco Mosquera, the 27-year-old, he was a silver medalist in Toronto 4 years ago. He was fourth in 2011. Every time he turns up for a Pan-American Games, he does better than the last. And this time he's got the top prize. And he's paying tribute to his coach, which is a lovely gesture. Straight away pointed across and said, "Thank you so much." And that is a wonderful moment. There he is, the gold medalist, the Pan-American Games champion, Francisco Mosquera of Colombia. Composed celebrations for Francisco Mosquera of Colombia. This was the attempt at that world record. It would have been something sensational. What's already been a marvellous day indeed for Mosquera. And so, confirmation of the final standings. The bronze to Antonio Vasquez Mendez of Mexico. The silver to John Cerna of Colombia. The gold to that man there, Francisco Mosquera. Colombia have started by doing what they always do, win weightlifting gold at the Pan American Games.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll present the medal ceremony for the men's 61 kilo category in a few moments. Medal ceremony to come.
Señoras y señores, presentaremos la ceremonia de entrega de medallas para la categoría masculina de 61 kilogramos en unos momentos.
Médico, ¿qué dice el médico? Yo le voy a dar el pasaporte de Oscar, que esté pendiente. Aquí tengo los pasaportes porque me llaman al doctor.
viva Colombia, que viva Apartado, que viva Bolívar. Lo llevo en mi corazón.